Welcome to the Final Days channel. Today is October 8th, 2021. The purpose of this channel is to show viewers that we are living in the very last days according to the Holy Bible. The Bible's book of Revelation, which is the very last book in the Bible, is an encrypted account of the end of time. It's encrypted so that even the enemies of Christ cannot pinpoint exactly what will happen at precise dates or times. And as believers, we are supposed to stay ready, which means we are to be living in holiness. A link in the description box below discusses what holiness is and how to achieve it. In the Bible's book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, which are often referred to as the Gospels, which means good news, Jesus describes events that will occur when the end of the age is near. And today we are seeing these signs all around us. And if you are not seeing the signs, then you are either lukewarm or you are not a believer, one or the other. In the end times, everyone who receives the mark of the beast is deceived into doing so. No one takes it knowingly. The book of Revelation tells us that the whole world and all nations of the world are deceived into taking the mark of the beast. Revelation chapter 19, verse 20, in the New King James Version says, "He deceived those who received the mark of the beast." And in this sentence, he is Satan, the liar and deceiver of all nations and the entire world. This is why it is so very, very important to stay close to God, and He will give you discernment. You will not be deceived if you have Holy Spirit discernment. It's one of the fruits of the Spirit. Even Satan knows that all Bible prophecy comes to pass. Thus, Satan knows that his own time is very short and that his sentence into the lake of fire is very, very near. Thus, he and his minions are waging war against God's saints in a last-ditch effort to drag them down with him. The enemies of Christ are not waging war against the lukewarm, the unbelievers, or the once saved, always saved groups, because he's already got these groups. Those groups already belong to the enemy. He's not worried about them. And most of them, for the greatest part, are being left alone. War is not being waged against those groups. I personally know several pastors who have either died or have become extremely ill over the past 8 weeks. And the Pastor Paul Begley channel has mentioned that he witnessed this very same situation with several pastors that he knows personally, including several that have died from a variety of illnesses just recently over the past few weeks. I personally have never fought more life-threatening health issues than within the past 12 months. And did you know that YouTube has updated its policy recently on prayer? It is now illegal to pray for healings or to even insinuate that God can heal a person through prayer. It is also illegal to ask for prayer for healing. Satan owns all platforms. It is also written in the book of Revelation that God's wrath will be poured out upon the world. This is also called the time of the Great Tribulation. It is written that most of humanity will die during this time. The encouraging thing about all this is that the Bible repeatedly states that true followers of Christ are not appointed to God's wrath, the time of the Great Tribulation. This means that faithful believers won't be here during God's wrath. Those who are living in faithfulness to God do not participate in the time of God's wrath. We won't be here. Screens at the end of this video will instruct you on how to be counted worthy and escape God's wrath. The New King James Version of Luke chapter 21 verse 36 reads, "Watch therefore and pray always, that you may be counted worthy to escape all these things that will come to pass." Jesus is referring to God's wrath. He is saying that those who are counted worthy will escape all of God's wrath. Many places in the Bible tell us that the faithful believers are not appointed to God's wrath. And to be counted worthy, we must be living in holiness. The next few screens will tell you how to accept Christ into your life. Simply pause the screens if you need more time to read the text.